Sunshine Snacks.
I don't know this song.
And then she goes like this now. Tell me the truth, boy, am I losing you for good?
I don't know. No.
Listen, on the last show I mentioned how incredible the one and only Ms. Solange Knowles is. And I'm telling you, the depth of her work is like a tornado you never saw coming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I clearly didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of, by the way, can we talk about the breeze yesterday?
Holy cow.
Holy moly. What was that yesterday?
When I was in a meeting and I walked out at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, there was dust in my eye, and like I know we were supposed to expect it, but in that moment I didn't.
Yeah.
I was parked at a place, and there was a mango tree raining down mangoes on people's cars.
Oh, sounds like a dream.
And I was like,
where your basket?
What's going on? I was like, what's going on? And then, but thankfully, I was like, thank God it started to rain.
Yes.
And kind of keep down
the dust.
But like,
Dennis?
I saw some reports of some freak accidents.
But I also drove past a bunch of trees in the road. So I actually was out by Airport Road. I was out by Palisadoes.
Okay.
Because my daughter was at the go-kart track, right? With her school as their,
post.
Yeah, their graduation gift was they got to go go-karting, which I thought was really awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. And I'm out there, and we're leaving because now here comes the rain. So the dust is coming, the rain is coming, and I swear to God, I saw me have to walk to the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna blow back, Dennis.
No, it was really serious. Like,
what is
I
this?
thought there would be a light mist.
No,
it was proper
when I got in the car, see me here, me brush off dust, me feel rain in my lip balm.
No, hold on, it was me in my eyes, I didn't wear contact.
Allergies, don't you?
It was horrible.
Jeez,
it was terrible, but
what was that?
Our favorite teak of the week. Good morning to DK Dawkins. Good morning.
I feel like I'm coming out on a stage. Dun, dun, dun. Good morning. Locally based U.S. school under scrutiny for sexual assault allegation. Another locally based U.S. school is in the crosshairs of allegations of sexual abuse and labor trafficking.
We have to look at schools that set up offshore in places like Jamaica, because they do so, I think, partially to they can pull the child out of the U.S. system and set up almost like a tropical whatever, and it's back in the days in Jamaica you used to call it famatory school. You know what I mean? Reformatory school. So them saying you got a famatory, and I guess it's supposed to be tough love and, maybe things that you can't do in America.
Right.
So you can't then come to Jamaica, come do. But it's a U.S. school. Let's emphasize that. In this story, I've not heard what this specific allegation of sexual assault is. I don't know. Is it an allegation of assault by a student on a student? Is it assault of an administrator? I don't know what is the allegation I'm trying to get. The truth is that I don't think it necessary. While the other school had its own problems, I don't know that. I don't want to try to confuse or conflate the two because the allegations are very different.
Right.
And so, you wouldn't want to say too much and to now be lumping them
both together
because they are two U.S. schools.
Right.
But the truth is that we have to protect brand Jamaica so that brand Jamaica doesn't become seen as a haven for schools, institutions that want to flout U.S. law, setting up here and being able to do things that they couldn't otherwise do.
I think one of the...
This morning, I'm at Island Flavors in Charlotte, North Carolina. Island Flavors say, listen, Beyond the shadow of a doubt, we have the best food in a Charlotte, North Carolina. The man stand up bold and strong and say this. Whether you want curry goat, whether you want oxtail, whether you want jerk chicken, wings, mac and cheese, bami and fish. The man said we do everything at Island Flavors in a Charlotte, North Carolina. We're about to talk to the owner and see how well him can actually stand up behind his words. It's a fast-paced kitchen, so we have to grab the man while we can. Zane, we are with the owner of Island Flavors here in Charlotte. Morning, my boss.
Morning, sir.
Tell the people them who you be.
I'm Kevin Francis, you know what I mean?
Kevin Francis from where in Jamaica?
Oh, Ocho Reyes.
Kevin is from Ochi. How long have you been in Charlotte?
Yeah, well, I've been in Charlotte 9 years now. You
And
know?
how long have you been in business in Charlotte?
Oh, I've been in business 5 years. I started out working for a Jamaican restaurant here, you know, and then I decided to, you know, get a food truck, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you start out with a truck and the food thing kind of nice. You like it. It do
Yes.
well. You get rich. So you just say, yeah, we need to actually have a proper restaurant. And so you decided to.
When I started from a food truck, my main plan is to get a restaurant.
Okay.
But then, you know, I have to start from somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I've been doing a lot of hustling, bustling in the street, you know what I mean? Working late at night just to,
Legal hustling.
yeah, legal, right, legal hustling in the street, you know what I mean?
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. We want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah, yeah. We have to be our brother's keeper. Yeah, yeah. Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life. What we feel safe at night. Jamaica live good. I better you and I. No say we future bright. Jamaica live good. Come together as one. I make the violence the one.
Ray with space. Ray plays it through. Here's Bell. It's Stacking. Loses it up. Nicholson punished.
Chance here from outside.
Ray's ball into the middle. It's a free header. And it's a goal.
Copa America 2024, brought to you by
KFC, J-Ray and Nephew, Courts, Sunshine Snacks.
So general insurance is basically you insuring your assets, protecting your assets. So whether it be, for instance, your home, your car, a cell phone, whatever is a tangible item, that's what you are able to, or we are able to provide general insurance for. So basically that's
But the natural question then is, if I am insuring my things, what am I insuring my things for? And when something happens to my things, how do I prove a legitimate claim for my insurance?
So as with any claim, you go through a particular process of ensuring that we understand what it is that is being covered firstly. And once there is a claim in, or should I say in the event that there's an unforeseen situation that there's a claim, then we have different ways of trying to confirm if, for instance, this is a legitimate claim, and I stress legitimate, right? And in the instance that it is a legitimate claim, then we look to actually compensating you where that is
Because if I have a brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max and I come to you and I say, somebody thief my phone, you want to make sure that I'm not trying to hustle you out of a phone.
That's true.
Right.
It has to be a situation that it it's unforeseen, and in those instances, once it's legitimate, then we will actually provide compensation.
Got you. So what kind of plans do you have then where that is concerned?
So we have several plans in place. We offer several options for our clients. As you know, there are several different things that you may want to insure. And at GK General, we actually ensure that we provide an option for each of those items, right? So whether, as I say, it's your motor vehicle, whether it's your phone, we have something that we can definitely offer to you to ensure that your items, your assets are protected.
Cube toilet bombs.
Cube toilet.
Not the ones that you drop yourself. Oh, wow.
I was about to say. Wow. We're not donkeys here.
Denise. I have to be able to focus. What's wrong with you? All right.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
We're going to take this bowl.
Yes.
Kurt, can you put in here for me a little bit of baking soda?
Alrighty.
Dennis, can you put in there for me a bit of vinegar in that same bowl that Kirk is putting in baking soda?
All right. We're going to have a chemical reaction.
That's what I want.
All right.
That should be a bit.
That's good, yeah.
All right.
Put in so we have baking soda with vinegar.
Boom. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, this was one of my daughter's favorite experiments when she was at home doing online school in that time of our lives. You know, that time of our lives.
You need more?
No, that's good. That's good.
All right.
Because it's a paste that we're making. And we're going to add some dish soap.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And then we're also going to add a bit of lime juice. Citric acid is what is required, but that's lime or lemon juice, right? So you put in your citric acid.
Whoa! We don't even need to clean anymore. This is just fun. Okay.
All right. So
let's let that settle.
We're going to let that settle. And what you do with this now is that you're going to put this in an ice cube tray, right? Once it settles, you put this in your tray and you allow them to set for a couple of hours. Once this sets, you take out a cube and just drop it in your toilet bowl, and that cleans your toilet bowl. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Literally drop it in your toilet bowl and that cleans your toilet bowl. Simple. These are products that we all have around our house, right?
Yes.
Baking soda, vinegar, lime juice, dish soap. Easy, easy. All right. So let us also look into, I don't know about you guys, but I love dropping a bit of vinegar in the water when I'm washing the dishes. Vinegar it cuts the rawness, it takes off the excess grease, and also, first of all, let me just tell you, make sure you have vinegar in your house. When you buy them, buy the big gallon bottle, because vinegar, I use my vinegar to add it into the solution to mop the floors. It's a go-to solution.
So tell me, why is it, I know it's not the recency bias, because I know that's a thing, but I'm seeing Kias everywhere. What's going on?
Bro,
I get them way.
We're just plugging Jamaica, bro. Right now, we're just plugging everybody into a Kia. Because we have to plug them into Valley. You know what I mean? When it comes down to affordability, you find that Kias are the new mainstay for the streets of Jamaica. So we have to put them out there. And the cars them look good, so
So
Jamaica like nice things, you know. So I have to ensure so we're putting them out there as much as possible. You know what I mean? I have a great sales team that does that very well.
Seriously.
You mentioned affordability. What is this 5% till 2025 campaign that's happening?
Listen, so we have this going on for our customers where we're giving them the opportunity of owning one of these beautiful Kias, right? With the 5% interest rate, I think it's reachable for them to afford it. Because, you know, today, day and age, a lot of persons think it's hard to afford a biggie in Jamaica because of the affordability. With the bank and, of course, us as ATL, we partner with them to ensure that we give them the best rates so that they can afford this. Now, the 5% have a lot of benefits when it comes down to free insurance, no processing fees. Yes. And you also, of course, with BNS, we have a 50% discount off the processing fees, right? And BNS also offers a 2-month payment holiday for the customer, so that's really something good for them as well.
Yo, that's a big deal.
And they get to pay the 5% until 2025, you know what I mean? So they have the entire year just paying that 5% interest rate.
Why was it so important to design this package, this promotion in this sort of a way? Because I mean, what were you picking up in the market that said, no, we have to do this, we have to bring down this, we have to increase this? Like, let us into the thinking.
I mean, strategically, you have to think about consumers and customers and again, affordability, right? So you find that today, day and age, no one really wants to buy a used car because it's so hard to afford a used car right now. If you're going to be buying a 2018, 2017, you're going to be paying way more money, monthly payment, versus a brand new car. So we ensure that we package that way where customers now can move away from the used car to a new car. Because who doesn't want to take off a plastic off their own seat, right? It only makes sense. It only makes sense, right?
Oozing class from their victory over Panama, South American giants Uruguay will look to reload for another assault against Bolivia. On Thursday, the heat of the Copa America continues on CVM+. 15-time Copa America champions Uruguay facing struggling Bolivia. Live Thursday at 8 p.m. on CVM+. Brought to you by
KFC, J-Ray and Nephew, Quartz, Sunshine Snacks.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
I want to see my wallet smile too.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, but really though, how can we see our wallet smile?
By switching to BCIC. It's that simple. Yeah.
What are we discussing today?
So we're talking a little bit about what your policy entails.
Okay.
So some people, when they, first come and get their insurance, you get this package or a nicely put together documentation.
That's right.
And you're like, what is this? It's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Well, you put insurance terms, we want to understand.
A couple jargons here or there, but at BCIC, we value, like I said, what the customer wants. And what we've done is we've changed our policy documentation to reflect what we call plain language. We're now meeting the plain language standard, which equates to us being right marks approved, which we're the only insurer in the Caribbean that is. We even won an award recently. We got a Clear Mark Award for our digital print policy booklet. So our policy booklet now, it makes it easier for the customer to understand the terminologies and what the policy covers as opposed to what it doesn't.
So give me an example of like language that you would have changed that, in this new way of speaking that average people can understand.
So the truth is there are some terminologies that are standard in the industry. However, what we've done is we've broken it down for you to understand it clearer. Things like an excess, for example, your policy schedule, an endorsement. Those are some words that sound strange to you, I'm sure. But what we've done is explained what those things mean in your booklet. So things like your certificate of insurance, we want to remind persons that when you get a certificate, sometimes you see at the top of it, motor third-party risk. And persons think, oh, I have third-party insurance.
Look here, that literally each the other day, I said, I never pay for third-party insurance.
Right.
Why do I? But
the truth is, it's a requirement by law that it be printed on every single certificate, motor insurance certificate. It only references the regulatory, the act.
Helping people, I feel like I should try to leave the world a little better than I came in and saw it. So that's really it.
Walk us through Kicks for Kids. Tell us about it.
Well, it started in 2015. I visited my mom and I to the monastery, and we saw the need, and we decided to do something about it. That's really it. Nothing spectacular.
And when we say kicks, are we talking about sneakers? Are we talking about football gear?
Football is the vehicle we use to raise money for the children in need.
Who is playing the football?
Well, it was adults at first, and then the children want to play, so we're starting from 13 straight up to however old you are.
To child at heart.
Yeah, something like that,
And so tell us about the event. Tell us, so how do you make the contribution? How do you participate?
So we've been having this event for about 12 or 13 years, sans the COVID years. This year we're doing a double elimination knockout format, so that everybody gets a chance to play, nobody feels shortchanged. If they want to enter, they can go to our IG page. There's a form to fill out, and then they pay the entry fee and turn up on Sunday.
So if captain of the CVM football team, Matthew Cupsuit Boss, if he says, may I put together a CVM 6,
yeah, man,
you
send
know?
them come.
So we, the CVM 6, let me say we, like, the CVM 6, they, Matthew and Orville and the entire Brazil team from CVM, they say, all right, we're going on. So how much money do they pay and then get to play?
They pay $15,000 for the chance to win $60,000 and some additional prizes. So it's well worth your while.
Yes. But also, more importantly, it's charity.
Yes. But what you find over the years, competition overrides the charity at times, so you need to tell the players at various points during the day, calm down. I know it's competition, but calm down.
All right, greetings, Sunrisers, and welcome to Copa America section. That is what we could call it. Now, many of you may be waking up to the news that things are not looking great for the Reggae Boys. The Reggae Boys went down by 3-1 against Ecuador yesterday. And that means that the Reggae Boys are practically out of contention. In fact, they are out of contention, irrespective of what happens in their final game against Venezuela. There are some shots of that Ecuador win over Jamaica. The Reggae Boys did score, though. Mikel Antone scoring the very first goal that the Jamaicans would have ever scored in the Copa America tournament after several tries. And it means that despite us not being able to go through, there is that one consolation that we did score a goal. The Reggae Boys will play their final game against Venezuela, but irrespective of that result, it means that the Jamaicans are out. Venezuela, in their game, they defeated a very spirited Ecuador team. Not Ecuador, a spirited Mexico team by 1-0. Mexico had the chance to equalize. They got a penalty which they missed. Venezuela scored a penalty. Mexico could have equalized, they didn't, which means Venezuela are atop the group with 6 points, and it means Ecuador and Mexico will play in what is a virtual semi-final to determine who goes through, or a virtual final. A draw for Ecuador will mean that they get the better of Mexico on goal difference and will advance. Here's the table. Venezuela, 6 points. They are gone through. Ecuador, 3 points along with Mexico, but Ecuador has a +1 goal difference, which means that when they play the Mexicans, if that game ends in a draw, then Ecuador goes through. It means that Mexico must beat Ecuador to join Venezuela at the top of the group and then advance. Jamaica at the bottom will play the top team there, Venezuela. Even if the Reggae Boys were to win that game and gets to 3 points, it means they will not advance, because Ecuador and Mexico will both go to 4 points, or one will go to 6 points.
Jamaica's favorite drama, Your Guilty Pleasure.
All that having a baby now is going to do for you is make you a prisoner of this apartment.
Long run shot, kid.
Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
Bollywood has never been this good. Catch Made for Each Other weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on your drama station. Brought to you by
Alright guys, the news is in. You are loving MTM on CVM.
And for those who don't know, we are the Mitchells. I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And you can come along with us on our journey every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Right here, you can see it happening on CVMTV.
Yeah, MTM man, CVM man.
See it happen, man. CVM man, MTM man, CVM man. See it happen, man. CVM man.
Success don't come overnight. No make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love, we not do it for the life.
Thank you for staying with us. It's almost time to wrap things up, but before we do, it is time for our
final thoughts. Brandon.
Yes.
Share your final thoughts with us.
Like I was saying in the break, I was saying that I think that whether we're a bandwagon in this country or not, whether the sport is difficult or whatever you're getting support or not, you have to love what you do. I think once you love what you do, it's easy to kind of transition all of those feelings of negativity or positivity into the goal. For me, athletics was about my love for running. I loved it, so all of the positives and the negatives kind of went to the back, and I just loved my sport. I
stayed focused.
I just stayed focused. That's right.
Amazing.
I love that. I think we can be a bandwagonist country sometimes, especially when it comes to like Olympic times or football times or whatever. Like during the rest of the years where those events are not keeping, you don't hear nothing about it, not one thing. And then when Olympics time come around or when FIFA time comes around, pot covers everywhere. Like, okay, where were you during the other years? Yeah. You know? So yes, sometimes, but you know, I think people can also be patriotic, you know, and support their country, right, and not exactly support the sport, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, there's this fine line that you can walk as well. So I agree with those people. Like, I don't follow up track and field or football, but when I see Jamaica playing and they're doing well and all of that stuff, I'll be like, yes, awesome.
Pot cover?
Pot cover.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Not so far.
Yeah. That's what I think. You can be patriotic. You can be patriotic without supporting the sport entirely.
I agree.
Okay, and I agree. I agree with both of you 100%. I say if you are a bandwagonist, when you come off at a bandwagon, be quiet, because nobody wants to hear what you have to say if it's not something good. It takes a lot to get on that stage internationally. They're wearing our flag on their back. Support them no matter what. And if you don't have anything good to say, remember your grandmother said, don't say anything at all. So I want to say a big shout out to the Reggae Boys for showing up and for actually doing a great job. Kudos to you every single time for continuing to go out there on that field, and looking forward to our athletes touching the track at the Olympics this year. We know you guys are going to do great and be great. Thank you very, very much for joining us. That is a wrap for the Thursday edition of the Roundtable. Special thanks to Brandon Simpson, Olympic athlete, joining in on our conversation today. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And as you go forward into the world, remember, be good and be on purpose.
Success don't come overnight. Don't make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love, me not do it for the life. Enough of them love likes, that's alright. Sit down on a post and a tweet all night. See them on social media type. While like say them they a studio advice. Oh, me never put them up on no flight. And me never see them a live no tour life. You miss someone now you have so much likes. I'm always still a lead by iTunes. Simple mean we not ready yet. If we put the music first, that's all. While we there